Yo, what's good, everybody? Today was a monumentous day for Steele City Interactive and ESports Boxing Club as a whole. Major news coming out today. Want to check it out? ESBC or Steele City uploaded a new video this morning, and it kind of details everything that goes into this major decision and everything that's going to come from it. Let's check it out together, guys.
Hey everyone, it's Ash. So I'm here to tell you that we've changed the name of our game to Undisputed. We feel it's a better fit for the game right now and what we're essentially trying to create. ESports Boxing Club, over the last couple of years, we've had a number of questions around, is it an online only game? Is there a single player? Is it competitive only? So there's been some confusion because of essentially the name esports within the title of our game. So yeah, we just felt Undisputed is a much better fit, and that's where we want to be as a combat title, and that's what we're focused on creating right now. So yeah, let us know what you think. We feel pretty good about the name, and stay tuned for some more announcements to come.
Damn, bruh. Damn. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, bro. I just spent the last 10 minutes, I'd say, being pretty disappointed about this news. But, same way I tell my kids, man, everything that sounds bad or sounds like it has bad intentions or sounds like it might be bad results, it doesn't always mean that. It doesn't always mean that it's bad news. It means that, it's not exactly what you expected to hear or what you expected to find out, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative thing in your life. And I think that this may be one of those cases. I mean, I took a literal hour and a half cat nap after, waking up early, taking the kids to school. My son's in 6th grade, took him to 6th grade, took my girls to daycare. I get back, I take a nap. I wake up and I look at my YouTube feed, and there's an Undisputed channel with 68,000 subscribers. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Skipping Shannon Undisputed? Nah, bro. Steele City Interactive has decided to change the name of their franchise game, their baby, from ESBC to Undisputed. ESBC, standing for ESports Boxing Club. Seems like they had a little bit of hesitance towards actually going forward with that name. And, it grew on me. ESBC actually grew on me as a name because when I first heard it, I was like, Esports Boxing Club. I immediately started thinking about esports, gambling, competitive only, guys getting paid to play the game, guys competing for money. I didn't think about career mode. I didn't think about online matchmaking. I didn't think about creativity suite. I didn't think about any of that. I didn't think about single player mode. I thought about competitive online, competitive campaign, competitive leagues. But I understand this because from a marketing and sales aspect, you're really limiting yourself to a demographic that's interested in esports, because you have to think about it. Just because we're boxing fans or you're a boxing purist and you keep up with stuff like this doesn't mean that the casual gamer will step in and feel comfortable introducing themselves to this game with a name like esports. I think that name would run some people away or maybe veer some people away, because when people think about esports, they think about high level competition, and a lot of people that are going to try this game are going to be like first time boxing. Like there's no boxing games, no modern boxing game. Like there's no mainstream modern boxing game for a person to jump from unless they're still playing Fight Night Champion. This may be the first boxing game that a lot of people of this generation has played, especially with updated characters, actual realistic people in it, attention to detail, simulation style. I think that the name Undisputed adheres to something greater, because what you're talking about now is there's different layers to it. What you're talking about now is, okay, the game is not just the undisputed boxing game, the undisputed champion of boxing games ever. You're not just talking about winning an undisputed title within the game, but now you've opened it up. You can still adhere to those esport crowd by saying, hey, maybe we're talking about winning the undisputed title online. Maybe that's the crowning achievement in the game, is winning, going undisputed in your career mode and going undisputed online. And that would make total sense to me. Now I think that the boxers who weren't in on it, I think they're going to be in on it. I think it's going to not just help out with consumers, but help out with different contracts that they're still trying to get, different licenses they're still trying to get. I think it adds some flavor, a little swag to it. Yo, you play Undisputed, Undisputed's out. I think that, I really think that they actually set this game up for sequels with this name. ESBC 1, ESBC 2, ESBC, that's too much. Undisputed 1, Undisputed 2, Undisputed Season 3, whatever style of release you try to put out, I feel like it's a better product with this name. I'm not going to sit here and act like, at first, the first thing that crossed my mind mind was, oh shit, I think this is going to put a damper in the release date. And I go and read the comments, and that's all people are talking about. It's never going to come out. It's never going to come out. I don't agree with that. Now, if they would have put it out that they were changing the name, but didn't have anything to go with it, that would be one thing. But they already have a logo. They already have the branding. They already have the color scheme. They already have, like, Undisputed's already in place just as much as ESBC was. That's the crazy part. They continue to tell people, they continue to tell the community that just because they release information, just because they release a render, just because they release gameplay footage, doesn't mean that that's what they're currently on. They're the developers. We're the community. So they could have damn well made this change 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and have it on a different build already. You know what I mean? Or have all this marketing saved up already, ready to roll out. This could actually mean that the game is closer to coming out. Let me say this, if they had these changes in place months ago and they're actually implementing it now, that actually means that the game is closer to coming out, because they're like at the stage where it's like, okay, are we going to use this name or not? We have both options at equal availability for us, and we have to choose before we put this game out which one we're going to go with. Just the same as if you were selling candles, you know what I mean? You make the candles first, make the candles. Whole while, let's say you have a rough draft name for it, even if you're 90% done with the candle making process and about to have your first pop-up shop, and you're about to submit your company's information to like whoever you have to submit it to have your pop-up shop, your store, whatever, and you're like, I can't go forward with this name, man. This other name, maybe that's what ESBC is on. Maybe that's what Undisputed is on. Maybe that's what Steele City Interactive is on. Maybe it's game time. It's the end of September. Maybe we're talking about a Thanksgiving Undisputed release. Yo, I'm not going to sit here in front. Undisputed sounds like the game's ready to go. ESBC sounds like they still got work to do. I'm not going to sit here in front. That's all it comes down to. Is one name represents a final finished product. The other name represents a journey, represents chapter 1, represents the beginning, represents, like everything that we've been waiting for. Every time that they've released information and we're like, well, why can't we find out this? Well, why can't we find out that? That was ESBC. Maybe the whole marketing strategy has been all along that this last phase was going to be the Undisputed phase. Now, that's more how a company moves, a company of any size, much less a company with a bunch of investors and millions of dollars on the line. They're moving as a company that is ready to go. They're pretty much, like you said a while ago, they're on the last leg. So if this change comes in what's supposed to be the last leg, you have to think that the game is ready to come out. At least ready for early access. I think that we're in for a lot of surprises in the next month. October is a huge month, not just for boxing, bruh, but for Undisputed, because Undisputed will become so synchronized with the sport of boxing. They're going to have so many of the big names in their stable. Guys like Deontay Wilder, who's about to fight next month. Shakur Stevenson, who's fighting this month. Guys like that already in the bag. So how much do you really have to worry about this game coming out when they've engraved themselves into the boxing sport? I think that we're going to get a lot of good news coming up soon. I'm going to stay even-keeled about it. I think this is a great name change. Just to sum it up, it's a great name change. It's a great idea. Business-wise, it makes sense. Marketing-wise, it makes sense. And I'm ready to see the new content. I'm ready to see what Undisputed has to offer that ESBC didn't as far as information. And let's stay positive, y'all. I think that the company's literally doing everything in their power to do everything right. And there's no timetable for doing things right. Sometimes doing things right takes however long it takes. And that's what they understand. So I'm still cheering them on. Steele City, hope you do your thing, man. Let's get this Undisputed shit started. Undisputed. Let's go.